Welcome back, everybody, to Overwatch Seasons, Season 4. It is the final match of the Swiss stage, Round 8. And our final matchup today is CSULB Gold versus the Outlawed Phantoms. Some juggernaut teams here with 1 loss and 2 losses, respectively. So, we're expecting some good gameplay here. CSULB coming out as the higher seed. I am back to cap off the Swiss stage with CTH.
Man, it's been a pretty incredible couple of weeks in the Swiss stage. We've seen a lot of games, seen a lot of blowouts, seen a lot of bangers. Hopefully, this is going to be a really, really good match to send us off.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, I can't believe that 4 weeks have gone by already, because I believe the first match was casted by ourselves. So a little bookend here as we get to cast. Absolutely, as we get to cast the last of the Swiss stage. However, I will remind the viewers at home that when we come back, when you get to hear our beautiful voices again, we will be in the round robin stage when the teams have been divided into their respective divisions. So, expect to see some of those bigger teams playing at the top, and some of those guys who maybe didn't do so well be matched up with some teams more their speed. So hopefully we will have some great matches there as we head into the round robin. But without further ado, let's hop into this first map, and we're going to be going to Suravasa to start us off. Now, the last time we will see this starting map rotation, as it will change as we go into the round robin format. What are we expecting here? Like, these teams this is the last match, so you have to expect that, especially for Outlawed Phantoms. They're hoping to go out with a bang and give CSULB their second loss.
Yeah, I mean, they've already pretty much secured their position in a higher division compared to the rest of the teams that are participating. But I mean, getting to hand someone another loss, even though they've after they've only lost 1 this entire time, still a pretty good feeling. So I think they're definitely still gonna be pulling out all the stops to try and make sure they don't get another loss added to their record.
Absolutely, and I'm expecting to see possibly some Monkey, possibly some Zaryas. That's what I have been seeing personally a lot. But, you know, the Junker Queen rush is always a possibility. I'm expecting Jevs to not stay on that, because that comp would be quite interesting.
Mercy.
I think they're just trolling us a little bit, so we need not focus on that composition, as we have a pretty standard brawl rush comp JQ coming from CSULB with the change of the Kiriko, though. Usually you see something else, as we will see the change back. Enzo on the Mei.
Yeah, a little bit of a variation from the normal JQ rush. That's basically what CSULB is running, the rush standard with the Genji and the Sojourn. The Mei, though, a lot of potential. There's a lot of verticality.
Exactly.
A lot of verticality and mobility from CSULB. They can kind of get around the wall, but yeah. I mean, the wall comes out, doesn't really find too much. Voltara gets a little bit low. And Enzo forced to use an ice block already. Voltara has seen this, and he wants the Mei down. Voltara actually goes a little bit too far, and Jez will be able to turn around with a Carnage. We'll pick up the kill, and now Outlawed Phantoms walking in with an advantage. 2009 gonna just look to die on a point here with the Sojourn, install it as long as possible. The cap did go over to CSULB, so they did buy themselves a little bit of time. And honestly, selling on the point here isn't the worst decision in the world. 30% already going through. Hashtag not able to make it to the point to stall a little bit longer, but Dabbing Ninja able to make it out, so not too bad of a stagger from the supports.
Yeah, I think what we underestimate with the Mei pick, oh wow. Really early pick off there. That's going to send Outlaw Phantoms deep into enemy territory. But as I was saying, I think something that we underestimated and kind of overlooked with the May pick is the mobility detriment that it does to the JQ comp. I mean, you're slowing down that Genji without any repercussions. You're slowing down that Junker Queen, you know. It makes it really hard, despite all the movement, to utilize that movement. As we're going to see an ult here.
Wow, big Kitsune rush coming in from Silent. 2 picks coming over to the side of Outlaw Phantoms. We'll find a third. This point might just be theirs, and there's the value of the Mei right there. I mean, you can't run past the wall easily if you're Boltano. I feel like it's mainly to screw over the JQ. Of course, the wall being used to block potentially ults, big axes, shouts can be slowed down. I mean, there's just so much that you can do to screw over what Boltaro is trying to do here, and I think it's actually working out pretty well. That will be the first point going over to Outlaw Phantoms. Now rotating to the second point. Looks like they might have a little bit of advantage. Enzo, not able to really keep up with the rest of the team. Might get caught out. They might have to turn and fight. Looks like that will be the play. The Blizzard comes out. Will hold off CSULB for a little bit longer. Jebs has a big pick on 2009. Hashtag follows soon after the Silent. Outlaw Phantoms fighting a major advantage in this fight, and the point is just now opening for them to cap.
Yeah, and that gives them a lot of advantage there because not only do they win that fight, but they're holding back CSULB for a good amount of time while they wait for their members to respawn. So right as they get onto the point, they'll be able to cap it and get some really good positioning here, especially with the ult bank that both teams have.
Yeah, 5 ultimates online, and they'll outcome the ultimates. Beat, Blade, Overclock, Kitsune Rush, 2 from each side. Now Rampage and another Blade being thrown into the mix. Looks like Outlaw Phantoms a little bit more trigger happy with the ultimates, but it's CSULB that will find the advantage. Jevs goes down. Jevs doesn't get a pick on the 1, but it's not really going to matter too much as CSULB will cap the point. 30% already for the Outlaw Phantoms, so it's not nothing. But yeah. I think CSULB will flip that advantage real quick.
I do agree with that, and especially with Boltaro's ult here can be absolutely massive, especially if you can take Silent out of the picture early. Without that cleanse, this Outlaw Phantoms team would be completely dead in the water with no beat available from Kiwi.
This chokehold could be a little bit dangerous here. The Mei has to watch. They have to watch the Mei walls quite well. Looks like they are. So the point will be flipped. Wow. Flipped. I heard this analogy made yesterday. Flipped like a burger from Whataburger, because apparently they serve their burgers upside down. That's what just happened to this point right here. Boltaro's finding return picks. CSULB find a little bit of a return push onto this point. It looks like the flip will go right back over. The temptation to use a Whataburger analogy more than once. Anyway, Humility finds a pick on the Dabbing Ninja. Now support down for CSULB.
Yes, and a very important one at that, as you consider that ult charge from Dabbing Ninja going to be a lot higher than Silent, and that could be a huge fight winner as they are nearing last fight territory.
Yep, Jev's just now getting back to the point. Now a Rampage going for Boltaro. We'll just go into the wall. I think he might have gotten booped.
Yep,
I don't know how that right there.
I don't know either, but it did catch Jebs, and that is going to be very, very useful. Enzo with the, oh no, Blizzard going to be able to come out here, and that'll be the point for CSULB.
Yeah, looks like Enzo made the decision to save the Blizzard for the next point, which I respect. It's now 1-1, so you're not too worried about any sort of game point or anything like that from CSULB. But it looks like the point may have just spawned in CSULB's favor heavily.
Yeah, heavily in their favor, as they're going to get the point right next to here as we're going to this temple point. That is very, very unfortunate for Outlaw, especially because, you know, you have to regroup and you have so many scouting opportunities from the composition on the side of CSULB that they're going to know where you're coming from.
It looks like they will go for a little bit of a map flip. Enzo going to be the star of the show here with that Blizzard. Boltaro's standing up really far. This could potentially be very, very early pick. Now the Blizzard will come out. Overclock coming out from Enzo. Or, sorry, excuse me, 2009. B and Kitsune Rush. One committed from either side. No clear advantage yet, but Enzo is trying to pick on Boltaro actually. Hashtag is down, and that's such a big part of the rush comp taken away. As Outlaw Phantoms will get first cap on the point. Quaver will go down.
And
not able to
Quaver
find too much
used
with the blade.
yeah.
I mean, that blade, you need to come up huge with that if you were popping it when I think Boltaro and Hashtag are already down, but wasn't able to find quite what they needed.
And now that ult bank is heavily in the favor of the Outlaw Phantoms as they strengthen their defensive here. Ooh, but that is a very good pickup from
That's one
Quaver.
all down too. Humility
It
was one of
is.
the ones with ultimate. Still
they're gonna run with
rush though. Let's see if they want to pop it. Yep, looks like they will pop it on the staircase. These Jevs will just hang around in there. Someone's got to get back on this point. They're just a little bit distracted in the backline. Enzo, the only one holding down the point, and Silent tries to save. I think tries to save Enzo, but wasn't able to make it in time. Jevs now, I think, looks like, yeah, excuse me, Outlaw Phantoms just backing out, trying to regroup, trying to get another full fight as 5. They have a funny percentage, they need to worry too much about it. It's Jevs looking for the rampage here. Actually, will go down. That's absolutely tragic for Outlaw Phantoms. You need your tank to stay alive there. And I think Silent was just really in the right position to keep Jevs alive. But the ultimates, they still have ultimates online. This catch is very possible, but the beat and the rampage from Hashtag and Boltaro, the blade will come in from Humility. Beat in response from Hashtag. We'll have a lot of trouble finding this, and Boltaro pulls the trigger on the rampage. We'll catch a couple of members of Outlaw Phantoms, but Jevs with the return rampage. Gonna find 2009 and Boltaro. 2 picks coming up on the other side. The DPS from both sides are going down. CSULB getting ever closer to that second point. Now Rush being burnt on point. Kiwi coming up on a beat here. Enzo goes down, and that was a blizzard. That could have been very, very critical for Outlaw Phantoms in this fight. The beat now coming out from Kiwi. Looks like he didn't find too many people. Silent goes down anyways. Both supports now down for Outlaw Phantoms. It's just Jevs. And I believe Kiwi, yeah. On point. I mean, Kiwi has actually lived longer than I thought. The beat kept them alive quite well, but it looks like the rest of Outlaw Phantoms will not be able to hold on. And that'll be second point going to CSU.
Yep, and with both DPS ultimates online, you have to assume that this next attack is going to be pretty volatile for CSULB, especially with 2009 and Quaver able to take 2 different positions and kind of clamp down on them. So I'll be interested to see how they deal with it. I can't imagine that we will not see the Blizzard from Enzo to try and quell one of them.
Looks like Quaver might have dashed up for a blade a second there. I thought better of it in 2009. Being the one to first hold the ultimate. Jev's in a little bit of danger, but will be able to make it out safe. As the huge move! Oh. His eyes lit up when they were near that edge, and he gets 2, finds 3 onto Enzo. That's a Lucio. That's Lucio positioning 101 right there.
Absolutely.
Able to perfectly capitalize off of that.
And not only that, but Enzo utilized, a fat finger.
Uh-oh. Silent
From Silent. Yeah. Ulted and spawn, and you lost the ult from Enzo as they switch over to the Tracer. So no more Blizzard available. Oh.
Enzo goes down, and still the only ultimate that Outlaw Phantoms have to hope for is the Rampage from Jevs. Jevs gonna pick onto him, Quaver though. Humility getting low, and a Rampage from Boltaro. He has it first. 3 members of Outlaw Phantoms are anti. Humility getting extremely low. Jevs and Key will be one falling, and Humility probably not too much longer for this world. Silent falling as well, and Enzo just forced to stay in spawn. Trying to build ultimates. Jevs now has that Rampage online, so there is potential, but I mean, it's really up to Kiwi here to just wall ride to that point.
Yeah, I mean, someone has to touch here, and then after that, you have to think Kiwi's not going to survive that long. Big ultimate from Jevs, a beat in response by Hashtag, but Quaver's going to take out Silent, and that was really one of their next closest ults, but Kiwi hoping to build up that beat. Enzo with a pulse bomb coming up online, but they're all weak. Jevs goes down. Here comes the Kitsune from Dabbing Ninja, and that is looking like the writing on the wall as they clean them up and are going to win Saravasa.
Yeah, in the end, the ult advantage was all CSU. And they managed to take map 1 on Saravasa.
Very impressive stuff there from CSULB. I just feel like the ultimate usage was better timed and better planned out on the side of CSULB. Now, Outlaw Phantoms were playing very well as we see this massive boop from Hashtag, and then another finish up over here. Lucio gameplay like we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see a playmaker, Lucio. It's always fun experience to watch. But I agree. The ult usage from CSULB was quite good. They'd have some questionable ones, and of course the same from Outlawed Phantoms. But I think the fat finger on the Kitsune kind of put the nail in the coffin. It's a lot harder to build ults, a lot harder to just take space, and yeah, that third point wasn't exactly super winnable when your Lucio has to touch and the rest of your team can't exactly catch up with him.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to be heading over to Colosseo here for the second map, the push map picked by the Outlaw Phantom. So perhaps they're a little more comfortable on the Zarya, as that is a very common pick on this map. However, the Junker Queen rush is just really dominant right now, especially in this tournament. It is what we have been seeing the most, especially in these upper level matches. So no real way to predict what will be picked here. However, we can take some assumptions.
I'm hoping to see some Zarya. It's been a while since I've seen Zarya in anything except like Overwatch League, and even then, not very much.
Yeah, so we are looking like we are ready here, and we're gonna head into Colosseo, where Outlaw Phantoms are going to fight to take this to map 3.
Definitely a little bit on the back foot, but you definitely haven't lost confidence if you're Outlaw Phantoms. You know that you can swing with CSU. Just a matter of really locking it in, locking ult usage and rotations. I think they'll do just fine.
Yep,
we'll see.
I'm very interested to see what they're going with here, because I feel like the JQ comp was just kind of beaten on the side of Outlaw Phantom. So do you change it up, or do you try and change your strategy within the composition and just try to run it down?
Well, I guess we'll see here in a couple seconds. Maybe a little bit of a troll hover.
Of course.
From other teams, but okay, it looks like they are just starting with the JQ. Enzo is on the Junkrat. Maybe a little bit of a ICVM special comp here.
Yeah, I mean, also, Enzo, like you said on that Junkrat, I actually do like it, because it offers a lot of containment, especially with the traps, but we'll see the switch over to the Ashe. Now that's
an interesting one.
Yeah. Not so sure with that pick there, but perhaps it'll work.
I mean, the long corridor on this initial meeting ground can prove pretty good for an Ashe, but I think ultimately 2009 on this Sojourn just has kind of the better character for this both the situation and for the team comp that these teams are running. Will be CSU taking initial advantage, space advantage of the point, and they're just going in. They want blood, and it will be Jez falling first. The tank is down, and Outlaw Phantoms are already majorly on the back foot. Humility's almost getting away with this bot here, but hashtag and Quaver will not let that happen. Fortunately, can't win the 2v1, and CSULB will start making progress towards that first forward spawn cap.
Absolutely, and they're going to hopefully get this around that first choke point, because this Ashe can be pretty deadly, especially just given that tight area. But after you get out of there, like we said, I'm just really not sure about the Ashe's viability, especially on this map.
Yeah, Ashe can get run down pretty easily by the likes of Boltaro and hashtag. I mean, they're so fast, and the coach gun doesn't really send you super far. Will be Quaver putting a little bit of pressure on Enzo. Quaver in 2009, 2 angles that this Ashe has to watch out for, but in the meantime, Dabbing Ninja gets caught in the backline. 2009 goes down soon after. Humility being the one to clean up both of those picks as Enzo does go down, but Humility finds 2 more. That's a 4K for the Genji. Make it 5, come on. Will we see the 5K Boltaro fighting the cleanse, so making sure Bleed doesn't go down, and will be Jez fighting to clean up, but in our hearts, I think that was a Humility 5K.
Oh, absolutely. Very impressive gameplay from Humility, able to get into the back line and, you know, very, very much be a nuisance.
Yep, and we'll see. Now, support ultimates online for Outlaw Phantoms. However, CSULB have just about everything at their disposal, and it will be the Kitsune Rush coming out from Dabbing Ninja first. A beat coming out from Kiwi in response, but I think Kitsune Rush might make this fight a little bit better for CSULB. Blade coming out now, cleaning up Kiwi. Quaver will go down to a nice shot from Enzo, but Enzo and Jez, unfortunately, it won't last very long, and now it's just Silent and Humility. Silent unable to get away. The Blade again from Humility. We'll find 2009, maybe we'll find Dabbling Ninja as well. There's two, hashtag doesn't get hit by the final slice and will pick up Humility. It will afford Outlawed Phantoms an early recontest. Of course, having the major advantage. Humility will be able to get back pretty quickly being on the Genji, but I don't know. Might be CSULB with the total numbers advantage. Yep, there is 5, and Outlawed Phantoms just now able to regain their 5. Boltaro already pushing that numbers advantage as Bob will go in, not hit anybody, but will be in a pretty good position to punish 2009. The slide, unable to get behind a wall in time, and Dabbing Ninja goes down soon after. Outlawed Phantoms making this push happen as Bob, the absolute unit that he is, holding it down in the middle of the point.
Yeah. The Bob there was just really good because, like you said, it was able to kind of restrict how much movement Quaver and 2009 are able to use, and 2009 was just completely caught out. Jeb's taking out Dabbing Ninja. Humility on Boltaro. That is a massive 2 early picks, arguably the 2 most important people within that composition. And now you're looking at the possibility of Outlawed Phantoms capping forward spawn.
And Boltaro Ajaxed his ultimate, actually.
Yes.
So no more Rampage on the side of CSULB. Still 2 ultimates available, but I mean, compared to the 3 coming up from Outlawed Phantoms, we'll see how they use it. Overclock coming up from 2009 as a rush comes out, trying to get this Sojourn done and dusted. Sojourn whatever, Slowfield. We'll find Humility. Now Outlawed Phantoms finding themselves incredibly low, but Enzo will find a pick, and Kiwi finds one soon after. DPS and support down for CSULB. Dabbing Ninja just trying to make it out online, but Kiwi will find a pick on that, and Enzo cleans up Quaver elsewhere. Forward spawns now available for the Outlawed Phantoms. I mean, that was just a beautiful place to rush, and it made it very hard for the DPS line, especially 2009 on the Sojourn. Will good. No, wow, as soon as I talk about it, he dies again. Nice knife from Jebs, able to find a clean up on that. Now Boltaro's in a pretty bad spot here. Gonna have to try and get the Jungle Queen out somehow, but the Blade comes in, and Boltaro goes down. And Humility trying to find hashtag here in the backline. Will eventually pick up the kill, and Outlawed Phantoms continue marching forward. There's such a big advantage, almost a 60-meter advantage. Just about now. Will be a full 60-meter advantage, and that's pretty huge on a map like Push. Especially Coliseo. I mean, this could be it. If Outlawed Phantoms can keep this momentum going, they have the Rampage, they have 2 support ultimates. I mean, unless something goes horribly wrong, I don't really see them losing this fight.
Here comes the ultimate
rush.
Yeah, but I think that Outlawed Phantoms just have the advantage ult-wise.
Yep, just gonna pick
Blade though.
Oh, return picks. Quaver finally pick up the Blade. 2009 hashtag finding picks of their own, and now Outlawed Phantoms, they're the ones that have to back up. Jez hopefully doesn't think of doing anything crazy. Wait a minute, someone's left him alone. Okay, Quaver able to get there and make sure no unnecessary percentage was had. That's a full reset. I think most of Outlawed Phantoms, if not all of them, should get a forward spawn here. Probably just looking to send it with a beat and or Rampage.
Yeah, because with 3.5 minutes just about on the clock here, you really have to start thinking, if you're Outlawed Phantoms, how aggressive you really want to be, because with so much advantage, they're nearly up 90 meters. You can do a lot here. You can play this safe as the bop will come in for Enzo to try and contest this point, and they're going to push back CSULB.
Boltaro looks like he had to go for a little bit of a defensive shout there. As Jebs goes all in, especially with a Rampage. One trade coming out, now a return Rampage, but the beat is there, and Boltaro goes down. Outlawed Phantoms trying to move forward. 2009 does not realize there's a Junker Queen hiding behind him. Will get shot by Jebs. Jebs finding 2, Silent finding another one, and Outlawed Phantoms on track to get this full cap here. This beat is coming up pretty soon for hashtag. Nothing really gonna be available super quickly for Outlawed Phantoms, but they might not need it if the picks are good. Looks like they will be forced back a little bit, just biding their time, waiting to build ults. The Blade from Humility is getting pretty close. Silent also getting close for the Kitsune Rush, but Enzo will go down early, and Humility falls as well. It's another potential ultimate gone. Now it's just Tank and 2 supports. 2009, having also gone over to the Ashe, just finding so much value. The CSULB will clean up the fight and get the bot going. Another early spawn though for the Outlawed Phantoms. They're on track for another good recontest in the middle of the map here.
Yep, and not only that, but they just burned another minute and a half off this clock, and they gained more position. So they gained about 10 meters in that fight alone, so you have to think if they can just play their cards right, they could play this completely defensively and come out with a win.
So they have all the time in the world. I'm expecting a Kitsune Rush actually from Dabbing Ninja first. Humility will respond with the Blade, hashtag responding with the Beat, and now both support ultimates have been used for CSULB, and nothing's really going their way in the fight. Quaver does pick up the pick on the Silent. That's huge. No primary healer available for Outlawed Phantoms, and the rest of the team is going to fall soon after, especially without the cleanse. The Ashe and the Junker Queen are just going to find so much burn damage. And that will be the cleanup coming out. Kiwi finds a trade in 2009. Humility just trying to hang around on bot as long as he can, and CSULB will finally get this bot moving.
Finally get this bot moving, but with 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and they have to go about 80 meters here. It is going to be an uphill battle for sure. However, we do have ultimates on both sides coming up here. However, we do have 2 DPS ultimates coming up on the side of CSULB, so this could be absolutely massive, especially when you consider they're pushing for forward spawn.
Silent, the first one to pull the trigger on the ultimate. Big rampage from Jebs will go in, but it's 2009 finding 2 picks off rip, and Dabbing Ninja does go down to the axe from Jebs. Looks like Outlawed Phantoms opting to really try and keep this fight happening on the bot with a rampage committed from Boltaro. Bob committed, Beat committed, Kiwi will go down, and Outlawed Phantoms going down, but it's honestly not that bad. CSU had to use so many ultimates just to get that fight moving in their direction. That Outlawed Phantoms kind of bide their time and play around whatever ultimates they have. Of course, only being the Bob from Enzo, that might be all you need. I mean, the second tank, essentially, such a strong thing is the Beat from hashtag goes in, and Jez is going to have a lot of fun in this small room with the resets on the Rampage. CSU just looking to rotate, take a fight. Uh-oh, Enzo might get cut out here. It's like, yep. Enzo will get caught out, but it's 2009. Both Ashes down. This fight is getting tenser and tenser by the second. The Kitsune from Dabbing Ninja getting extremely low. Humility will find the cleanup onto that. Jez also finding extremely low. Enzo walking over to the Tracer, trying to get back out. 2009 matching the swap as the Blade from Humility will clean up hashtag. No mobility available. Boltaro will go down, and now it's just Quaver alive. And it looks like we are going to a map 3. Outlawed Phantoms take Colosseo.
Look at that. They are giving us a banger to end off the Swiss stage, and wonderful gameplay there from the Outlaw Phantoms. And CSULB just really not able to deal with it. Some good switches at the end. 2009 really getting a lot of value on that Ashe. However, it just still was not enough for them to overcome the monumental gap that was that original push by the Outlaw Phantom. So we're gonna head to a control map here, and I feel like this is going to be a really back and forth. We might get a 3-round gigabanger here. I foresee this being a tough battle for both teams, because you have to imagine they're going to be running the same comp into each other again, and it looks like Outlaw Phantoms have really figured out what they're doing here with that Junker Queen comp. Yeah,
I mean, some teams just take, you know, a round, a game, a map to warm up, and once they're warmed up, they're unstoppable. And Outlaw Phantoms really showing that. Out of the 3 control maps, what do you think we're going to be getting from these teams?
I want to say, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I feel like at this point it doesn't really matter, you know. Like,
I mean, yeah,
we could go to anything, but we will certainly see here, as it is CSULB's pick. You know, if I'm CSULB, I'm thinking, you want to go something that is very fast-paced, as we will be heading over to Lijiang. Now,
Interesting.
when I think of Lijiang, I don't necessarily think about the Junker Queen rush, except for perhaps on Garden. When you're thinking about Night Market and Control Center, you're looking at more like Reinhardt, Orisa, possibly the Zarya. So maybe we're gonna get to see some different heroes here.
That would be exciting. Of course, you know this.
Of
Probably
course.
everyone watching does too. I am quite the Reinhardt enjoyer, so always hope we see a little bit of Reinhardt here and there. But also, the Junker Queen has been consistent even when we thought it's one of the least, or not one of the least popular picks. Junker Queen always been at least a little bit popular, but definitely one of the lower pick rate characters on some of these maps. So I would not be surprised to see Junker Queen mirror here again.
Yeah, like I said, it is just so dominant, but you know, there's always the possibility, especially given the map picks. So as we are waiting for the R's from the team, we're going to be heading in to Lijiang Tower. Now we'll see what the first map is, because like I said, Lijiang Tower offers some very different playstyles from point to point, and we will be on Control Center first. So, like I said, I am really expecting to not see the Junker Queen here. I have a feeling inside of me that we're going to be seeing either a Reinhardt, an Orisa, or possibly even a Zarya. And I'm hoping to as well.
Yeah, I think out of all of those, it's probably going to be the Zarya in my mind, just because I think it's the safest pick out of all three. But I mean, we'll have to see what the teams at least load in on, what they're originally thinking.
I was right.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
right. My goodness, I told you, I just had a feeling that they were going to give us an absolute banger map 3. We see the Orisa, we see the Reinhardt, and the classic Brawl DPS, Mei, Symmetra, Bastion, Symmetra. This is going to be fun, folks.
Okay, this is gonna be extremely exciting. Deadman Ninja, okay. Gonna go over to the Baptiste. I was a little bit worried there for a second. Ryan with the Kiriko Lucio is not the most sustainable thing in the world, we'll say. But it looks like the early wall coming out from Quaver, trying to find any picks. The turret form being propped by Enzo, just making Boltaro's shield basically made of tissue paper. Boltaro, looks like there will be a little bit of a map flip going on. Another wall coming out. Jez is kind of blocked in, trying to spin the way out. Gets a little bit caught in the edge, but will be able to be kept up by their team. The lamp being forced from Dabbing Ninja. No lamp available for CSU, and that Reinhardt definitely needs a lamp, especially if you're going to get to Sim. Humility is charged up, but will go down actually, just as a 9. And Quaver on the Mei, and now the picks are coming through for the side of CSU. Hashtag finding the pick on the silent, Bap healing gone, Lucio speed gone. Jez just trying to find a trade on to 2009 potentially, but won't be able to get that out. And CSU will find first cap.
Yeah, very nice stuff there from CSULB, but also that first fight just took so long, and CSULB gonna push up really far here as they want to take this fight early and get a lot of percentage.
Yep, TP out had to be made by 2009 there, or excuse me, by Humility. Quaver also had to use an ice block to get out safe, but everyone's making out safe so far. Window and artillery strike being hot for both sides. Won't find anybody, not even a lamp forced, but the window also only able to buy a little bit of time for CSULB. Terra Surge coming out, Blizzard coming out to counter. Now a beat coming out to keep the members of Outlawed Phantoms alive. Boltaro getting extremely low, with the wall being popped to make sure Enzo on this flank does not find any value. And Jez goes in really far, and the wall comes out onto Humility. Will find 2009, but the numbers advantage is still very much in CSULB's favor. And Enzo threatening Quaver a little bit. Boltaro says, "That's my Mei." You back into spawn. Kiwi contesting, but I mean the percentage is already going up for CSULB. You just need to get back to your team. Kiwi will eventually go down, and it looks like CSULB very much on track to take this first map here.
Yeah, especially with the ultimates that they have. Boltaro already has a Shattered Chevs at 30% already back on that Terra Surge, having just used it back. So the ult charge is definitely there, especially in these compositions, but it looks like they're going to attempt to TP, and they're going to flip the point on them.
That's a good pick. The Ryan can't get up there as easily, and the Orisa poke being way stronger, especially the window and a sim wall. There is nothing to do against that, unless you want to TP right onto them. But even that's a little bit sketchy, especially with Enzo putting out so much damage in turret form. Looks like they will just rotate back, pick up Quaver, and go back to main. Maybe a TP on the high grounds, potentially to dislodge Humility. We'll have to see. Yep, actually, that will be the play. They will go for the high grounds. As Humility gets walled up again. Quaver with these walls, wow. Quaver has been incredible with these walls. Lamp surviving the artillery strike. Boltaro. I'm looking at Boltaro here. I want to see a big shatter. Kiwi will find the pick on to... Uh-oh. I think Boltaro's shatter just got blocked by his own Mei. That's unfortunate. The picks now coming out for Outlawed Phantoms, but the Blizzard being committed by Quaver. It's Quaver and Hashtag. Hashtag popping the beat. They fully believe they can win this. And it looks like they might be right.
Yeah, I mean, Outlawed Phantoms are gonna come back and contest this point. This is ridiculous. The ult pop by Jebs, and Kiwi goes down.
Kiwi will drop, and now Jebs has no speed to get out. Gold beam popped and will drop to the beam from 2009. Humility is now on and contesting. Somebody's looking at the Sam. There you go. Humility goes down. And Boltaro charges forward, finds Silent. And I mean, that might be it for round one. Kiwi doing their best to contest. The beat doesn't Ajax it, but will only buy a little bit longer. So eventually will go down. The Sim not able to make it. Jeb's not able to make it. Yep, that will be round one. Going over to CSULB.
Very good stuff there from CSULB. I just feel like the Orisa composition it didn't feel confident to me. I didn't really see any like definitive plays being made. I didn't see any decisions being 100% on the side of Outlawed Phantoms, and I really feel like that's what you need if you're going to be running that Orisa comp. You need to know, okay, we're going in and we're going to do this. As we see a ball composition being played. Hello.
I was wondering about this at the beginning of the map, and I was like, I feel like I've seen Jebs hold out the Wrecking Ball before, and I wonder if it will stick this time. Looks like it will. But I mean, Boltaro, this Ryan has not been being pressured super hard. So we'll see if they find an answer to the Reinhardt problem. Humility on the Pharah, Kiwi on the Mercy, so there will be a lot of poke damage coming in, and Ryan does not do well against the Pharah Mercy, but they will be able to hold point really strong with the Mei comp. So will the poke damage be enough to dislodge CSULB? And it looks like Silent already getting caught out. Jeb's going in for a slam, but will be forced to roll out pretty quickly. Will be able to get to Mega and hang on. But Enzo gets found by Quaver with a headshot, and CSULB looking dominant on this first stage.
Yeah, very nice stuff there. Able to deal with this very pesky comp, like you said, the pharmacy, the ball, all of it. It almost kind of feels like Silent is kind of going to get caught out a lot here, as the entire rest of the team is moving around quite often, and Silent really not having a stable ground to base themselves off of, as we will possibly see a point flip possible. Here comes the ultimate from Humility. Wow.
Boltaro, unfortunately Shield cannot take the brunt of that, and it's Enzo in the back line, cleaning up Dabbing Ninja. See, Jebs finds the slam onto 2009. Still contest coming out for a while. We were able to use the ace block. Will they Blizzard? Nope. Slam from Jebs will shut down the Mei, and Boltaro just hoping to buy a little bit more time, staying there with Shield on point, charging, trying to find a little bit of arc charge. Actually will, I think, slam Jebs, so a little bit more shatter charge being built up, but the cap will go over to Outlawed Phantoms.
Yeah, finally here, the flip. It is very tense, and you look at the ult bank, this minefield could be very problematic. Oh, pulse bomb!
Ooh. Nice false bomb from Enzo, getting damage out of the way. Nice and early. This Ryan comp cannot sustain the Pharah poke without a Baptiste to help them. Now Humility, Hashtag might be in a little bit of trouble here. Humility is on him. Quaver does find the pick on the Enzo though. So the trade is here, but Hashtag does finally fall to Humility. TP in from 2009. Jebs will find a slam onto the Sim. We have another pick coming through for Outlawed Phantoms, and during all this, points still taking up. Not CSULB. Outlawed Phantoms is still sitting pretty, trying to build up that percentage. And I mean, they're looking really good to take this point with these ultimates that are coming online.
Yeah, with Jev still having that minefield and the Kitsune rush being a very big possibility as the TP to point will come out.
Yep, mines will come out, window will come out. And I mean, all Alabama's really need to do is hold the point. Jez will have to be the one to stay on. The flip will go over, and now all the ultimates from CSULB can be used to make this fight go as long as they want. Enzo having to back out a little bit. Jez getting caught in the middle. We'll be able to roll out, and the May. Actually, Quaver gets spooked off. That's
Wow.
a huge, huge advantage. The Wrecking Ball no longer being slowed. The Ajax! Oh! Hashtag off!
Oh my gosh!
No way! What a huge pick by Jevs, the Ajax and the May pick.
So not only does you waste the ult, but no one gets it. So they're able to clean up easily and flip the point right back.
Wow, and that was a 5 ultimates from CSULB that results in an Outlawed Phantoms take, and now Pulse Bomb. Only gonna find the lamp, but it's so good to find that early, especially when they're all in a corridor and Humility has this barrage. Looks like they were just gonna wait for the TP.
Oh, they
the
did it.
fake out. They were ready, more than ready for that barrage, and it was handled beautifully. Quaver will find the pick onto Enzo. This is not over yet. CSULB going in another minefield from Jevs. Have to be really careful how they handle that. Kiwi in the backline, finding a res onto Enzo. Jevs gets shattered, will get cleaned up. Silent TPs in to try and save him, but will fall. The window comes out, and Humility runs out of fuel. Looks like they're hoping for a quick recontest. The ball can get there pretty quick, but it might be just him for a little bit until the rest of Outlawed Phantoms can back him up.
Well, it looks like they're going to have the ball and the Tracer on here as Enzo is back very, very early, having died early in that fight, and they're going to flip the point here, TP back, and there comes the Bastion turret form. That's a big, big cooldown being used this early, and they will get the overtime.
Yep, their artillery form comes out. Humility knows where that is, though. And the artillery strike doesn't have much effect on flying targets as Enzo, the one to clean up that kill. Jez goes down, though. A lamp from Davy Ninja being pushed, almost overtime ticking down. Voltaro finds a pick onto Enzo. And the res comes through onto Jevs. The barrage has to go huge here. Oh, does find Davy Ninja, but the turrets from 2009 do take down Humility. And the wall comes out, the ball does not have very much health left in him, and that will be map 3, CSULB taking the W over Outlawed Phantoms.
I mean, just really, really good gameplay from both of these teams. We saw so many positive things, and I really believe that that was the perfect way to end off the Swiss stage.
And here we're going to see, I think this might be where, yeah, Quaver will go off the edge, and then Jevs comes back, and unfortunately, hashtag beats at the wrong time, and there he goes.
Yeah.
And CSULB came back from that.
Yeah, they did. I think that's the most impressive part.
Absolutely incredible. Well, that will do it for our round of matches, but we have one more thing left before we sign off for today. The MVP, I mean, I have my own thoughts on it, but I think you take first crack at it. Who do you think should be MVP for the final Swiss stage match of Overwatch Seasons?
God, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
I'm putting the pressure on you.
I think personally, when it comes to who was making the most impact and looking specifically at CSULB Gold, I think I'm leaning towards 2009. I just think that the DPS pressure was there. The switch onto the Ashe at push was very impressive, and the sim plays were also really, really great. Some great usage of teleports and the walls there. But I could also make a very big argument for Voltaro. So I really don't know that. If you're asking me, it's gonna have to be between those two.
I mean, I think across both maps, I did see really just great pressure, great consistency from 2009. The Sim, the Sojourn, the Ashe, they were just all great, all wonderful to watch, and I think I will agree that 2009 is a great candidate for MVP here.
Absolutely, and that will be the last candidate. So let's see. I will go ahead and check on who we can bring in for that. I will be right back.
See, what a wonderful match to end off our Swiss stage. Now we're going off to new map pools. Oh, new interviews, maybe.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to drag on in. Congratulations, 2009. You've been
you.
selected for MVP and a great map win, taking us to map 3, or I should say, great match win, taking us to map 3. I apologize. What was I really want to focus on push. I know that is the map that you guys dropped, but I think there's a lot to see there. The original composition, you guys kept your JQ comp, and then eventually you were forced onto the Ash. So what was that decision making like for you guys?
I noticed I wasn't doing really well on Sojourn. Today I haven't been playing very well. So I just decided to match the Ash, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw some really clutch moments from you at the end that saved it from getting that full cap, especially at the end there. And the Symmetra pick on point 3, we had said it that we expected to see some different picks here and there, just given Lijiang Tower's tendencies to prefer more of that brawl composition. So it looked like you were feeling pretty comfortable on that Symmetra, and you had some pretty nice teleports, especially on night market. So your guys' communication just must be really good. How do you guys build up that communication and that camaraderie?
Well, I've been playing with this team for since like beginning of summer, and we would scrim basically every day. It's just something that builds over time with playing with people, I think.
Absolutely. Very, like you said, the more you play with someone, you kind of just have that sixth sense when it comes to making those decisions. But regardless, thank you very, very much, and congratulations to your team, and we will see you next in the round robin phase.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, folks, that will do it for Overwatch Season 4 Swiss stage. The next time you see us, it will be in the round robin, and we will release our divisions. But as always, thank you so very much for watching. Follow, like, share, and if you can, please subscribe, as it helps us greatly. That will be CTH and I signing off until the round robin. See you on the next one.